What's good, everybody? It's your brother Mad Black, the most dangerous, most toxic black man on the internet. The brother who told you not to go over that crazy white girl's house, but you did it anyway, and now she slashed you up. And I'm black up in your face again with some more pro black commentary. So, you guys tried to hide this one from me, didn't you? Now, I had heard this story about Miss Lauren Marie Dooley kidnapping a man that she met on, I think she met him on Tinder, and she had him in the apartment and she held him hostage there. She slashed him with a kitchen knife and everything, and luckily he escaped with his life. But y'all didn't tell me that the victim was a black man. Oh, y'all tried to hide that one from me. I bet it. I bet it was you manosphere clowns. You didn't want Mad Black to find out that you willingly walked into this white girl's house and she kidnapped you and almost killed you. You didn't want me to know that. But now that I have found out, I got to do this report. Okay? So, for those who don't know, there's a young woman in Colorado. Her name was Lauren Marie Dooley. She's 22 years old, and she had a little Tinder date with this black male that she invited over her house. And the fool went over there and thought it was all good because he got himself a little white girl with these big blue eyes, even though she looks crazy as hell. This bitch looks like a damn a serial killer, doesn't she? She looks like one of those characters off like The Ring or something like that crawls out your TV or something like that. But anyway, he went over there and thought he was gonna have himself a good time. Uh, she tied him up and he was down with that. He said he consented to being tied up, so that was mistake number two. Number one was going over there to some white girl's house, but this is mistake number two. This fool let her tie him up and duct tape him, and I guess she gave him a little head, a little oral sex afterwards, so he was okay with that. She sucked on his little black pee pee, and he still went along with it. He said he didn't know anything was wrong until she pulled out the knife. She came back with the kitchen knife. And this buffoon, should have known better. Well, before she came back with the knife, she was beating him up and she was strangling him. Okay, she would put the rope around his neck and strangle him. So this bitch ass almost got lynched. Excuse me. And she would hit him and everything else. But then she went to the kitchen and came back with a knife and started cutting him and stabbing him. And then he knew something was wrong. It took him that long to figure it out. So, when we get on some of these black females who like to divest, when they go out with these white boys and then they wind up dead somewhere, I still have to get on you black males who wind up in the same position. Okay? Don't let horniness or thinking that the white girl is innocent, that she can't hurt you, get you in trouble. Because I'm assuming based on just the way she looks, that she's not very big. She's very petite, probably. She's not some big white girl that he probably felt intimidated by. And that's why he agreed to do everything that she wanted to do when she wanted to tie him up and everything. And he went along with it. And he almost wound up on an episode of Dateline NBC. Okay? And I wouldn't be surprised if this white girl has done this before and gotten away with it. You need to check that area in Colorado and see if there's any missing dead black men somewhere and they didn't know what happened to them. Because this white girl even said she tied him up, slashed him, and then she ordered something to eat. She went to DoorDash to order something to eat and told him, if you scream or say anything, I'm going to kill you. So right then and there, she gave up what she was planning on doing. Now, when the fool escaped, he was running around and, got some people to believe him and got the police there. He called 911. And now Lauren Dooley has been arrested finally, because at first they hadn't arrested her and they hadn't charged her with anything. They let her go back to her house like everything was all good. But she refused to talk to the media, and she also refuses to talk to the police. She kept her mouth shut. If nothing else that you can learn from this white girl, black folks, when you're arrested by the police, don't say anything. Just talk to your lawyer or talk through your lawyer. Don't say anything to these fools, because by her doing that, she might be able to get off. okay, by not saying anything, because now it's just her word against his. And because she said nothing, she might find a way to get off. I mean, she might just get off anyway because she's white. She's a little white girl, like I said, with the big blue eyes. Even though to me she looks crazy, to white folks they find that adorable when they look like these scary ass dolls like Annabelle and whatnot. But to me, she looks scary, and I would not be surprised if she got off for this. Okay, but I would also say go and look and see if there are any missing or dead black men in her area that she's conned into coming into her house before. But after saying all that, you brothers need to be careful out there. Okay? First of all, this online dating thing, you need to be careful just in general. It doesn't matter what color the girl is, but you should never just go to some stranger's house, and you should definitely not be letting anyone tie you up. That's stupid. You should always be in a position to defend yourself. If you're that desperate and that horny that you're just going to go along and go over someone's house, at least be able to defend yourself. Don't go over there and let them tie you up and incapacitate you to the point where you can't defend yourself. Okay? Because that's what this fool did. He thought he was safe in there going in that nasty house. I bet her apartment is nasty. I bet it stinks because she looks like she stinks. Like, look at her hair. Her hair is all nasty and stringy. I bet she stinks after she gets out the shower. She probably smells like a wet dog. But this fool went in there thinking he was going to get him some little mayonnaise on his pee-pee, and he went in there and almost wound up, like I said, on the episode of Dateline NBC or on the ID network. Or he could have ended up on an episode of Deadly Women because his dumb ass would have been killed by this white girl. So, I mean, you folks let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. Once again, I kind of made the joke. Y'all tried to hide this from me, didn't you? You tried to hide this story that this was a white girl almost killing a black man. Like I said, I saw the story and I heard about it, and I just thought it was just your average crazy white girl almost killing a little white boy. But when I found out it was a black man, I had to do this story. Excuse me. Because so many of you Negroes, especially within the black manosphere, like to always demonize black women and make it seem as if they're the only ones who are dangerous to you or they're the only ones who can commit a crime against you. But you go head first without looking, blindfolded with these white girls, and then your ass almost winds up uh, in the grave. So you guys let me know how you feel about it in the comments. Anyway, Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on these devils' back.